name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop. So we live in a somewhat tragic time. What? For many reasons. Many reasons we live in a tragic time. What tragedy am I talking about now? Perhaps not the one you'll be expecting. That the Jodie Whittaker era, very glad that's over. And look, if you like it, God bless you. It's not an attack on you that I thought it was unwatchable garbage, right? I thought it was substandard, unintelligible, utter drivel. That's not me saying you're an evil person, right? It's fine that you liked it. Oh, God, whatever. But, you got to keep reiterating it. It's so weird, isn't it, right? It's really weird that we have to, bend over backwards to appease a teeny tiny minority of children, right, who just cannot deal with with anybody having any different thought from them, right? And those thoughts are the thoughts that were programmed into them, probably by social media, probably by the intelligence services. Like they're so dumb. It's unbelievable how much they love being controlled. Anyway, I digress. Yeah. And the other weird thing about them is they can't stand anybody thinking differently from them. However, they will call you a fascist if you do, which is isn't that the opposite of totalitarian? It doesn't matter. Logic and reason doesn't matter. And that's really, I think, what we've been beating our heads against for the last few years. Anyway, I digress. It's somewhat tragic in that we had the Jodie Whittaker era was the perfect era for the modern press, especially the fan press, right? The absolute perfect era in that the Jodie Whittaker era was dumb as a bag of rocks, and it just was. Plot holes everywhere, no characterization. Every episode I could tear apart, this on a technical level. Not because Jodie Whittaker's a woman and I don't want to see women on TV. That's just such a dumb thing to say. That is the dumbest argument of all time. What? I don't like women on TV? Since when? Oh, what? I don't like women in positions of authority. Since when? When is it? Never bought. I like Margaret Thatcher. Does that count? No, obviously not. Right? But and honestly, I know a lot of you out there too young to remember the Thatcher years. They were really good. Well, the second half were really good, right? The first few years, basically up until the Falklands, it was a bit rough. But I was a kid, I didn't notice what was going on. The second half, it was insane, okay? It was, you could make money doing freaking anything. The economy was it better during the Trump years or the Thatcher years? I don't know, all right? This is not my area of expertise. Doctor Who, that's much more so. But which one's better? So, yeah, I don't know. You don't like women? Why? No, I don't like shit. I don't like, two-dimensional shit which has no thought put into it whatsoever, replacing a show which was really very, very, very clever and made you think, right? Which, the only thing the Jodie Whittaker era made me think was, how does this shit get made? Is there no script editor that can point out the glaring plot holes? I don't know. I don't know, okay? Is the answer how it got made. Anyway, I digress. My utter hatred and disdain for the Jodie Whittaker year is not an attack on you, lover of Jodie Whittaker year. It might be if I take the piss at you just because you're a bonkers arsehole as well. So, yeah, there's that. But it's nothing about Jodie Whittaker. Anyway. It was the perfect era for the fan press, which were also dumb as a bag of rocks, right? They were so stupid through the whole thing, sprouting stupidity after stupidity after stupidity, right? Relentless stupidity. And, they just matched perfectly. So now we're in the post-Jodie Whittaker years, right? And it's somewhat tragic in that the press's normal go-to stupidity doesn't work anymore. It's not like lost in the sea of stupidity of the Chibnall Whittaker era. It's it just seems even more stupid. So we've got two articles here that are going to compete to be the most stupid thing you have ever seen, right? It's a death match. In the right corner, we have CBR.com, probably funded by the FBI for all I know, the CIA, a piece of crap website, I think funded by CBS, which is probably again funded by the FBI. I don't know. Did you know? Okay, I'm recording this on Wednesday, January 4th. Apparently last night, What was kind of awesome, the very, very establishment, Kevin McCarthy wasn't able to become Speaker of the House in America, which I really loved. Okay, that really made me laugh. But also, apparently the CIA and the American government, demanded the cancelling of 250,000. 250,000 Twitter accounts because they were saying things they didn't like them saying under guise of being Russian bots. It's the weirdest thing. And the reason Twitter was so overrun by the FBI is because they had this real campaign of targeting them for allowing Russian disinformation to swarm the platform. And they look, we keep doing tests, we can't find anything, right? There is nothing to meet that. But Hillary Clinton said Russian bots, it was Russian bots, so we had to find it. And that's how the FBI came to run Twitter, apparently. Now they don't anymore. It's really weird. It's amazing that it affects social media that isn't Twitter. Right? I think the way it works, and again, we're going to get Doc to in a minute, but I think the way things work is there's like a cloud of misinformation throughout the world, which is disseminated through social media, right? Which is controlled by, I guess, the intelligence services, the American government, intelligence, to say whichever narrative they want and to curtail any narrative they don't want. So they have this cloud of disinformation, and now they've lost Twitter in that. And even though Twitter's a small segment of information, it's really affecting everything else around it. It's like you need that cloud of misinformation to be absolute, which is, I guess, why they scream you down for anything that you say it doesn't match the narrative. That's why I guess you and me were called fascists and bigots because we said, wow, this Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who is really very substandard, right? So that all happened yesterday on January 4th. This is probably going out on either Saturday night or Saturday night, which is why I took my decorations down. They don't come down till the 5th. I had to take them down a day early because it would be too much to explain. Anyway, 12th night's a way away, but it feels like Christmas is over. Anyway, so we have these two articles, one by CBR and one by Screenrant, which really compete to be the dumbest thing that anybody's ever seen, right? Literally the dumbest thing anyone's ever seen. Before we get into it, you know what I'm going to ask you to do, baby. Take off all your clothes. No, I mean, you can if you want. I mean, in the comfort of your own home. Turn the heating up a bit first, obviously. If that's what you want, if that's how you enjoy watching or listening to this, go ahead. But an easier thing you could do is liking, sharing, and subscribing. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure I'll like and you taking off your clothes, okay? That actually, I'm like, ooh, they would actually do that. It's kind of fun. But I would much rather you liking, sharing, and subscribing. You can do both, right? You can do both. But mainly like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. You can comment, I have my clothes off, Rabbi. Or I have my clothes on, Rabbi. That sort of thing, right? Doesn't really matter. It's just the algorithms want to see people interacting with me. And please, if you're a sex bot, which I don't know, I'm getting all these sex bots, which is not how I thought it would be when I was a kid, right? If somebody told me you're being infested by sex bots when I was like 15, I'll feel like an army of robotic parents are subduing me. It wouldn't take much. It wouldn't take much to subdue me, okay? I want you to know, it wouldn't take an army, probably like 1, okay? But I wouldn't mind 3, okay? Just to be on the safe side, right? Just to be on the safe. Could I get a blonde Perry as well? Man! I think I'll go for a Millie then instead. All the same age, though, okay? All the same age. Fine. Enough of my masturbatory fantasies. And again, I can't believe I'm actually saying there was enough of my masturbatory fantasies. That's not what we're expected to be. Just like Attack of the Sex Bots. So if your sex bots, go away. Right. If you're spammy sex bot, go away. If you're not, hello. Thank you for joining us. Like, share, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, sign up to my Substack, sign up to my paid Substack. Oh my God, there's so much to sign up for, and it's mostly free, apart from my paid Substack. Let's go over to the first of these articles, fine? Doink, CBR.com. Doctor Who hints David Tennant isn't playing a new incarnation. So, we know We know. Have you read Doctor Who magazine for the last couple of months? Other than being very good, which is great. New one comes out tomorrow. Very excited. At first, I've been excited for years for Doctor Who magazine coming out because it's going to be getting new details, right? But it's in the comic strip in there. We have like the 14th Doctor's first hour of life, which again essentially is for the normies to that when it comes back, it's not going to look anything like the Jodie Whittaker Doctor. They might still have the TARDIS shell, but the normies won't notice that because they don't care, right? The console room's going to be different. The sonic screwdriver's going to be... Everything's going to be different. And in this comic strip, they're going to explain how that all happened, right? And I do hope in the actual show they're going to explain that that they've been in the land of fiction or wherever for the last... I don't know, long time, right? The last Jodie Whittaker era, right? That would be really good for me, which it seems to be the way they're going. Anyway, they're playing him very much like the 10th Doctor, right? Exactly like the 10th Doctor. Now, whenever I see him on screen, he's always very brooded, like, whoa, what's going on? What? I know these teeth. So here's what I think is going on, and this is what they're heavily intimating is going on, that... this is the same as this is the 10th. Basically, the Doctor regenerated back into a similar body of the 10th Doctor, right? But he aged as if he never regenerated out, right? So he's still essentially the same person, but now he's like 10, 15 years older, right? And a bit confused and grizzled. That's essentially what we've been told so far. As you know, as far as somebody who's been watching very, very closely, that's what we've been told so far. So what the hell is this idiocy going on about? David Tennant has returned to Doctor Who as the 14th Doctor, but a trailer for 2023 special suggests it isn't a totally new regeneration. What about everything else? Suggesting it's not a totally new regeneration. Like, everything. Why is his costume very similar to his old costume? Everything. It's the same actor, you fucking moron. Of course it's going to be similar. Okay, this broke me, and I haven't even reached the body article yet. Okay, I'm still in the teaser. October 2022 saw Jodie Whittaker's last time in Doctor Who matched with a strange amount of street parties, right, and celebrations throughout the land. Revelry was had one by one and all as the dark times came to an end. It's kind of like the end of the. Which one do you prefer? The original Star Wars Empire Return of the Jedi ending, or the special edition one where you don't get Yub Yub, which I kind of like Yub Yub, you know, I did earlier, but you do get them like pushing over the statues of Palpatine and all that stuff on was it Coruscant? You know, so that's what's kind of like Jodie Whittaker era ending was like, yeah. Not so much Yub Yub, more like, although Yub Yub would have been a good theme tune for her. What are we up to? Comes to an end in a final episode of As the Time Lord, The Power of the Doctor. Did I just read that sentence correctly? October 2022 saw Jodie Whittaker's time on Doctor Who come to an end with a final episode as the Time Lord, The Power of the Doctor. So you say it didn't come to an end before a final episode or after a final episode? They waited exactly till a final episode to end it. You are literally as dumb as a bag of rocks, okay? Again, I'm one sentence in. One sentence. This might be a long time, okay? This might go on for a while. While Shooting Gatwa had been announced as to the world as her replacement in the role, the episode ended with a shock twist of Whittaker's 13th Doctor regenerating into a new incarnation played by David Tennant. How is this a shock when they went and they did press releases, right? And we saw the filming. It's not a shock. It's not a shock. If you're shocked by it, your shocking mechanism is a bit off. It's not a shock, morons. Oh my god. Oh, this is so dumb. Okay, we can make this through. Played by David Tennant, who previously portrayed the 10th Doctor. While it had been previously revealed that Tennant would be returning for the 6th anniversary in November, it hadn't been revealed if he would be playing a new incarnation of the Doctor. I think they did. They did, didn't they? Yeah, I think they did. I did think you were a moron. It's incredible. I mean, like, honestly, the amount people don't look into whatever they believe is amazing, right? Oftentimes, I will just come have a conversation. I mention to my wife like things that are going on in America. The teachers trying to teach the kids to be sexually ambiguous weirdos, right? And that's all gender queer, all this very sexually sexually explicit stuff around children. And my wife, and I think most people's knee-jerk response is, no, that's not true. Right? That's not true. And it's a wonderful marriage of ignorance and arrogance, right? They have no idea if it's true or not. They just feel like it can't be true, so it must not be true. And that's how things happen. A wonderful connection, a combination of both ignorance and arrogance. No, in my ignorant opinion, it must be right. Yeah, it's called being arrogant. Yes, it is. Thank you very much. So it wasn't a twist ending, but I guess the more you say something, the more it becomes real. This was the first time in the series history the Doctor has been seen to go through regeneration to merge as a previous incarnation of themselves. Yes, it has. Tennant's unprecedented return as a lead of Doctor Who raises a lot of questions. Yes, how? Which is basically his first question. First and foremost, of course, is what this means for Ncuti Gatwa's version of the character. No, there's no question. It's fine. He's coming at Christmas, right? He's in the Christmas special. Okay, did I help you? Okay, good. You can sign up my Substack, my paid one, right? I helped you. Now revealed to be the 15th Doctor. Trailers offered a fleeting glimpse of Gatwa's incoming Doctor. What the hell is going on here? People do not like that accent. It doesn't bother me at all, right? But people do not like that accent at all. Seems fine to me. Honestly, look, I think it's important that Doctor Who has an English accent. I think that's part of the DNA of the character. And to have like a Rwandan accent in 2022 is an English accent. England is a very multicultural country. I think it's a very anti-racist country, quite frankly. Exactly how he will... when was it? Sissing he'll be appearing in the 60th anniversary specials before he officially takes it over at the end of 2023. I mean, we've also been told that by Ross D. Davis, but again, don't bother with facts, reason, and reality. The other major question is why the Doctor... This is the only fucking question! Why the Doctor returned to a previous face? Well, the answer is that Jodie Whittaker was poisoned to the brand, destroyed the brand of Doctor Who. Now, Rossi Davis studiously built up, right? She absolutely destroyed her and Chibnall absolutely destroyed the brand. Exactly how a factor in the story is not clear. The other major question is why the Doctor returned to a previous face. Fine. Additionally, given that this Doctor has a brand new outfit and the official 14th Doctor incarnation, fans may be wondering whether Tennant is about to deliver a different take on the Time Lord. No, again, we weren't, and they've been very scrupulous to say, no, that's not the case at all. Following us a brief sneak peek released after the Power of the Doctor, a full-length trailer for the specials arriving later in 2023 was recently unveiled, Christmas Day. Thank you, Russell. The trailer shows a little more of Tennant's 14th Doctor in action, as well as offering a look at the return of the former companion Donna Noble, played by Catherine Tate. Now, again, is it real Donna Noble or is it land of fiction recreation of Donna Noble? Well, the trailer gives a little away. What's shown is enough to surmise the 14th Doctor is very much like the 10th Doctor. This suggests the Time Lord, a face and personality, come as a package deal. No, it doesn't suggest that at all, all right? It doesn't suggest... Go and listen to Doctor Unbound, Doctor of War, where Colin Baker plays a war doctor, the warrior, right? Tom Baker decides that he does have the right. Puts those two pieces of wire together, blowing up the Daleks, forcing a regeneration into the war doctor inside the Time War. No. What basically happened was that Doctor Who was in the shithouse, right? Everybody hated it, right? Everybody really genuinely hated it. The Normans couldn't stand it. It was a destroyed brand, and they needed to re-establish it. Thankfully, David Tennant was in the bloody mood, right? You need to re-establish the brand moving forward. They probably could have done it without David Tennant, but he's really given them a massive shortcut to where they want to go. The trailer for this year's 3 blah blah concludes with the 14th Doctor exclaiming, "Alonzi!" I never really liked that, quite frankly, but okay. As he jumps into a taxi, this French catchphrase means "let's go." Really? Was originally uttered by Tennant during his time as the 10th Doctor. The phrase has been off. Yes, we know David Tennant's really? Historically, every regeneration of Doctor personality... Oh, God. Okay, so that's a pretty dumb article, right? That's just saying, I've seen a trailer, and the Doctor looks like David Tennant's Doctor. I'm confused. Yeah, you're confused. Yeah, I'll tell you why you're confused. Because you're a moron! That's why. If you're confused, yes, because you are a moron. That's probably why you don't understand a lot of things. Right? Are you often confused by things? Yes, you are. I can tell. Yes, you are. You know why that is? Because you're a moron! That's why! But not to be outdone. Say, hold my beer. We have those good people from Screenrant. We got to have a bit of Jodie in the thumbnail. Yes, we all love Jodie. Bestest ever. I'm like, look at her. She's so shit. And the role. I mean, again... her blank, gormless face has very little to do with her vagina, I think, right? I mean, unless that's where she keeps her intelligence. Good, I don't think she does, though. Fine. So Doctor Who still has no idea what regeneration is. And that's a good thing. You have no idea what... Okay, what happens is, the actor playing Doctor Who needs to retire and move on. Like Bill Hartnell, first guy playing Doctor Who, like the booze, like the fags, was about to die. Couldn't do it. Couldn't remember his lines. But the show, they liked the show. They just wanted to change the central actor. Along came Patrick Troughton. Rejuvenation. The Doctor sheds hundreds of years into Patrick Troughton. Then Patrick Troughton has enough after 3 years. And they're going to cancel the show, but they do a blank regeneration. Oh, time to be in your your exile, Doctor, right? After Jamie and Zoe had their mind wiped, right? And all of a sudden, boom, gone. At the end, a cliffhanger regeneration. Even though you didn't see it, then it was John Pertwee. After John Pertwee, we're into normal regeneration at that point, right? Because the actor wants to move on. That's essentially why it happens. Now in the show, when the Doctor is critically injured, he goes bish, and well, he used to just turn white and red or blue or something, go and then slowly turn into a new person. Now he goes whoosh, standing up, turns into a new person that way. I kind of like the Rusty Davis take on it, to be honest with you, standing up, all this Arctron energy flying around. Yeah, look, I think we got quite a good handle on what it is. But not if you're Screen Rant. Let's listen to Screen Rant. Be stupid. Regeneration almost 6 years old, but Doctor Who still has no idea what the concept actually means. Yes, we do. Fortunately, that's how it should be, and that's a good thing. Let's see what you're going to say. What's his name? Craig Levy. Morons. Regeneration, one of the oldest and most enduring concepts in Doctor Who, but only because BBC's Blue Box Cypher Show had absolutely no idea what regenerating actually is. I think we do. The Doctor Who changes. A different actor, different production team, right? Really came in the set in 66, blah, blah, blah. Hartnell stepping down. He had the David Tennant final line as well. I don't want to go. If you ever see Adventure in Time and Space, it's very good. So they came up with we're changing his appearance. Plus, that can happen over and over again for as long as Doctor Who wish to continue. They actually thought in what was it called again? On a Manchester Secret Service, the first George Lazenby one, James Bond movie, to have him have facial reconstruction surgery. So they say that, but they just... I think it's much better the way they dealt with it, which is he had this bit of a lame fight on a beach after chasing after Diana Rigg, right? And she hits him and runs away, and his first line is, "This never happened to the other chap." I like that bit. Unlike Bessie or Sonic Sunglasses, regeneration stuck. Bessie guess he kind of stuck as well. And I like the sonic sunglasses. A lot of people hated them. And the Doctor's most recent renewal saw Jodie Whittaker's Doctor transform into David Tennant's 14th Doctor. The power of the Doctor. Despite being in place for nearly 6 years, however, Doctor Who still has absolutely no... Okay, you keep saying that! Can you get to a point? Can you try and substantiate your utter bollocks, mate? Can you do that? Oh, I got confused there. Well, I'm calling you moron or mate. Well, we can go for both. Not only has the process never been clearly defined by Doctor Who TV canon, the rules of law have moved drastically through the years. Whereas other perennial features like Fender of the TARDIS, Time Lords, Sonic Screwdriver, at least partially established, regeneration still can mean whatever Doctor Who needs it to mean. No, it doesn't! It means the same fucking thing every fucking time! Oh! You know, the word orange could mean anything. No. Well, if talking about it in terms of fruit, right? It means a orange round fruit is what it normally means. Incredibly, right? Incredibly. Fortunately, that ambiguity has routinely worked in the franchise's favour. Doctor Who has no idea what... Yes, we understand, right? From the very beginning, Doctor Who showed a remarkable reluctance to provide any degree of clarity regarding regeneration. Yeah, they fudged it, right? When William Hart regenerated Patrick Troughton, the second Doctor offered very little about what happened and why. That's brilliant. That's called mystery, right? Today... You know, Chris Chibnall thinks mystery is when you put, say, a plot hole in that doesn't make sense and is never filled. That's a mystery. Like, who is the fugitive Doctor? That's a mystery. No, it's a plot hole. It's a series of plot holes, right? A mystery is something that can fit within the overall structure, but it gives you room to grow, right? Room to add things in. The more you define things, the more boring they tend to get. People were very upset with the reimagining of Gallifrey in Deadly Assassin at the time. They were really, really miffed about it. I loved it, right? I loved it, and I don't think it contradicted what we saw before it, right? But The Timeless Child did contradict what we saw before it, right? Because one's a mystery, and one's adding on to lore, and one isn't. That's it. You know, it is just uprooting lore for no reason, and replacing it with bog standard sci-fi, current day sci-fi. Let's have a big black woman holding an even bigger black gun, right? That's what sci-fi is all about. Okay, not for me. It's not right. It's okay. Fine, but yeah, they didn't define it properly. I agree with you. Attribute change and ability, but to be swiftly moving on with the word regeneration only entering the franchise vernacular during the third Doctor's farewell. Right, exactly. Subsequently, this Doctor Who eras have constantly rewritten. No! What? Okay, so Pertwee is wounded by radiation poisoning in Planet of Spiders and regenerates into Tom Baker. Then Tom Baker falls off a radio telescope. Much better in the DVD special edition. So much better. Like, that extra half a second of him dangling at the rope made all the difference. And it's crazy how much difference that made. And then regenerated somewhat into Peter Davison, and the regeneration was overdue. That's why I think we had the Watcher. Right? Peter Davison got spectrotoxemia and only enough bat milk for Perry. Let me tell you, if I'm gonna pour milk over something, it'll be Perry. Take that as you may. Then he regenerated very normally into Colin Baker, right? Colin Baker banged his head on the console of the TARDIS. Well, if you've listened to The Last Adventure, which is very good, he's actually sacrificing himself to stop the Valiar taking control of his body, and he regenerates very normally into Sylvester McCoy. Sylvester McCoy walks out the TARDIS, is shot in a gang war, and shortly thereafter regenerates into Paul McGann. Okay, it happened. It's basically the same thing, mate. Don't know what to tell you. It's more similar than the Klingons have been in Star Trek. Okay. Subsequently, the eras have constantly rewritten. Not really, depending on the circumstance. Right. The second Doctor's regeneration put the Time Lords in charge, okay, which I kind of fitted in with the power of the Doctor. The fourth introduced a mysterious figure known as the Watcher. Sixth suffered the mother of all regeneration hangovers. Paul McGann's eighth Doctor proved regeneration could be controlled. Not really, it could be stopped, right? There was too much anesthetic. I was dead for too long, right? Yeah, okay, but I think it's always been controlled, and the idea that the Doctor hasn't been very good at doing that, like flying the TARDIS, right? Hasn't been that great at it. The 12th Doctor's appearance confirmed the process was not entirely randomized. Well, this is just adding things on. Nothing is contradicting anything. Cemented the notion that Time was regenerating in different genders. You idiot cunt! I have to tell you, Stephen. That did not work out for our betterment, right? That, again, you're put upon by the BBC because they are overeducated idiot cunts, right? And I understand your entire industry wanted to say that women had been somehow are somehow discriminated against routinely in Western civilization in 2022. The fact that it's not true didn't really bother anyone, right? It's that misinformation cloud going on. Where are we up to? We're up to randomized Stephen. Okay, so into different genders, and again, it worked with the Master because they said it never. He didn't recognize who the Master was because Missy was a woman, right? But then it was just like, oh, I'm a boy, I'm a girl, nothing matters, right? I think it's dumb. I think it was dumb, and I think it was handled badly. More recently, Doctor Who the Timeless Child proved regeneration is not native to Gallifrey. No, it didn't, because it contradicted everything fucking else. You morons, right? I'm getting morons. Timeless Child so legitimate. No, it's not. I can't wait for November just for it to be retconned away. I mean, I can't wait. 11 months I gotta wait for that bullshit to go away. And it's going. It is going. Bye-bye. Na 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 na. Hey, hey, goodbye. It's going. Don't kid yourself. Why is it going? Because the normies hated it, right? Because it destroyed Doctor Who. That's why it's going. Can I, do I have a visual aid about how much people hate it? I think I do. I think I might do. Where is it? I think it's over here. Let me see if this is the right one. There we go. Doink. Yes, there you go. There you go. The normies hated the Timeless Child, right? Absolutely hated it. You've lost. Started off at 10.9, like 11 million, and you lost 3.5, right? That's 7.5, isn't it? Yeah, you lost 60% of your audience because it was shit. So it's gone. You didn't get raises like that on anything else. It only comes naturally to the Doctor. Regeneration limit was established by Tom Baker's era, but then negated by the Time Lords handing out new regeneration cycles, then demolished by Chibnall completely. It would have been fine without that, then demolished by Chibnall completely, right? Chibnall's a moron. The chaotic history of Doctor Who, it's not that chaotic. You're just you're just noticing the Timeless Child is a piece of shit that destroys everything, right? It was totally fine up until then. At 100%, we had no problem. The chaotic history of regeneration is much more than just adding new mythology. No, each time the Doctor revisits regeneration, the understanding of Time Lord's immortality is completely altered. No, it's not. For want of a better term, the rulebook regenerates just as often as the Doctor. No, you're just desperately trying to legitimize Jodie Whittaker's era and give her some kind of legacy. And not because you love Jodie Whittaker or her era, it's because you can't stand being wrong, right? You cannot stand being wrong in any way, shape, or form. The understanding of time was for one of a better term, the rulebook regenerate blah 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 blah. Some ideas linger. The 13 body limit, regeneration, sickness, switching genders. Fuck off. That's not gonna. I honestly, I think this is the year, and I've said it a while, that the dam bursts on this nonsense, right? And if you're trans, I have nothing against you. I'm not denying your existence. I am saying, as a scientific reality, for the vast majority of humanity, for the entirety of our existence on this planet and anywhere else. As far as I know, gender and sex is generally not fluid, right? I'm sorry that the world isn't what you want it to be. It's called science, idiots. Other elements fade in the background, like the role of the TARDIS and Tom Baker's Watcher. No, they didn't fade. What are you talking about? The gimmick of regeneration, like what? Okay, can you substantiate that? No, you can't, because this is a dumb bloody article. The gimmick of regeneration, Doctor Who may be older than most TV shows, but its true nature still leaves audience confounded. No, just you. And baffled. Just you. As Ben and Polly were when the second Doctor appeared in 1960. No, just you. Karens understand it, right? Even Jodie Whittaker understands it. Okay? It's not complicated. Why regeneration ambiguity is important for Doctor Who. Okay, let's find out. Easy that may be to condemn Doctor Who's regeneration flexibility as a flaw. I'm not, because it's not true, and it doesn't exist, okay? It doesn't matter how many times you lie. Doesn't matter how many times you say bullshit. It makes no difference. They're still lies, and they're still bullshit, right? It makes no difference. Even though we condemn regeneration flexibility as a flaw, the ambiguity behind how the Doctor cheats death has often proven integral for each era's storytelling. The False Doctor's Watcher makes a precious little sense compared to other regenerations. I was fine with it. All right? Did anybody go, oh, what's going on? No, Tom Baker had been the Doctor for a long time. They were just dressing that in storytelling terms. Yeah. Again, none of this was confusing. If you're confused by it, there's something wrong with you. You're not very clever. So yeah, it was like the overdue fifth Doctor body. But you know, whatever it was, in your head canon might be something different. It makes you think, right? It's not a plot point that makes no sense, like the Fugitive Doctor, right? It makes no sense. If we see the entirety of the Doctor's timeline, how did they not know about that the Doctor Who that we've seen on screen has been about 1% of Doctor Who, right? And they've all been black, stunning, and brave women, black and brown women, apart from these 12, right? They've all been black and brown women, because yeah, that's normal, right? If you ever think it wasn't normal, you're just a bigot, right? It's as normal as men having babies and women having penises. Yes, totally normal, only if it's 2022. Who was it? A Time Lord's ability to partly control their own regeneration may have been established during modern Doctor Who. I was actually, no, back in the Virgin New Adventures, they talked about that as well. So, yeah, in the 90s, at the absolute earliest, probably before then, may have established during the modern era, but it allowed for an unforgettable cliffhanger when the 10th Doctor avoided changing appearance by sliding regeneration energy off into his hands. Mercifully, the Doctor regeneration rules were vague enough to let these stories out. Again, no one has trouble following the idea other than you, right? And why? Because you insist the Timeless Child is part of Doctor Who canon. No, again, 11 months away from it going away forever. Thank God for that. Doctor Who's wibbly-wobbly idea of regeneration continues to reap benefits with the handover of Jodie Whittaker and David Tennant, while the curators subtly hinted such a phenomenon was possible during the Day of the Doctor. The 14th Doctor makes his first occasion where a form of regeneration has returned from... again, it's also the first time that anybody's ever saw shit like that, right? When you see ratings like that, you see stuff like this. Yes. For another, if the history and nature of Time Lord regeneration Doctor Who was more concrete, bringing back old Doctors would be a continuity headache. Again, by making everything so concrete, so now you make it boring. The more mystery you take out of Doctor Who, the more boring it gets, right? Which I think we saw with the Chibnall era. We had mystery was replaced by plot holes. It's a bad idea, right? It's genuinely a bad... Yeah, add in some mystery. That way you can build lore on top of it. Cleverly, right? Which is, I think, what the War Doctor is and what the Fugitive Doctor wasn't. And it's amazing. You know, people will say, "Oh, you must be a racist because the only thing different with John Hurt's War Doctor and Joe Martin's Fugitive Doctor is one's a black woman and one's a white man. You must be a racist." Yeah, you can come to that idiot conclusion if you are a knuckle-dragging moron. Yes, absolutely. If you're a baby-brained imbecile, I can see you coming to that ridiculously stupid conclusion. But you're ridiculously stupid for coming to that ridiculously stupid conclusion. It's just one was shit and didn't make sense, and one was good and did. Okay, blah, bring back all the time about. And the rest of coming across like a desperate cash-in. You come across to you as a desperate cash-in because you're like, well, why would a Doctor Who need any help? It's better than ever. No, it's not. You know, again, science. Science. Ooh, gotta follow the science. Because Doctor Who still has clear no idea regeneration means, however, Ross didn't even get away with his cheeky 14th Doctor. Approaching Doctor Who's 60th anniversary, the Time Lord's ability to shock and surprise has periodically come into question. David Tennant slipping back into the Converse and coat unequivocally proves the BBC's sci-fi cornerstone still has a trick up its sleeve. It didn't. It was out. It was fucked, mate. Okay? It was really genuinely cancelled and fucked. Okay? Absolutely. That really, really happened, right? Where are we up to? David Tennant slipping back in the Converse proves that he has a few tricks up his sleeve, and Doctor Who's ongoing habit of using regeneration in all matter of wacky, nonsensical, not quite in line with what happened before ways has been its ace in the hole. Again, it was fine, okay? We all followed it up until Timeless Children. It was totally fine. If Doctor Who refuses to understand what regeneration means, neither can the viewers, which means anything goes. Still, no, it doesn't, you ignorant fucking cunt! No! He can't regenerate into a banana, moron, right? And then just been shoved up Chris Chibnall's arse? I mean, no! Yeah, he can't regenerate into a doctor working in the ER in Birmingham. Right? At that point, he's not Doctor fucking Who anymore, you fucking moron. Anything goes, ended up with this bullshit. Right? This bullshit right here. Timeless Child means Doctor Who must explain regeneration eventually. No, they're just going to retcon it away. The Doctor's days of regenerating remain enigmatic, maybe numbered thanks to the shocking Timeless Child storyline. No! It's going to be retconned away. Doctor Who had previously used regeneration as a plot device, only weaving the process into proper storyline slightly. With the Timeless Child, the Doctor Who has intrinsically tied regeneration to the Doctor's secret origin. It's all going! None of this is real, okay? Whatever the Doctor's home planet is, whoever... Dude, this is sad. This is sad and desperate. Here's what you want to do. Craig Levy, here's what you need to do. You need to find a mirror. Number one, find a mirror. Look into it, right? Don't look away. Look at yourself in the eye, right? Look yourself in the eye and say, I was wrong. I was wrong about everything. I was wrong, right? That's what you need to do. And then you might have some peace in life. I don't know. Fine. So your idea, yeah, and it was a so your solution's terrible. Taking away the mystery, making less mystery. No. If Doctor Who season 14, it is going to explain the Timeless Child. It's going to say it didn't happen. Eventually gets around to explain the protagonist's true backstory. The topic will become unavoidable. It's not going to do that. It will destroy the character. And the new species could finally clarify ambiguities around the Doctor's anti-death trick more than time. No. God, how much longer? Okay, fine. They were nearly done. Oh, thank God. I'm getting closer when I'm asked to call Suicide Hotline if I need to continue. Happening at the moment is likely far, far ahead in Doctor Who's future. The final episode of Chris Chibnall's era strangely avoided addressing. It wasn't strange! It was a result of its complete fucking failure. Nothing about that was strange. And And if Rusty Davis has offered it, and knowing occasion that he will continue with the predecessor's massive time on retcon, he's not going to. Under RTD's guidance, Doctor Who may never finish pulling the thread that Chibnall... No, he's going to repair it, right? Retconning the retcon is a distinct possibility if Doctor Who can figure out the means of re-establishing Gallifrey as Doctor Who. So yes, it's really easy. Just say, when she fell out the TARDIS, she fell into the toy maker's realm or the land of fiction or whatever, and that's where she's been all the time, which is why nothing made any sense. There was no continuity, right? Walking back on the TARDIS child would please many voices who were critical of Chibnall's game-changing gambit. This one, yeah, not just many, 80%. Right? We all hated it, moron. Yes, it would be that. More importantly, it would mean that under RTD can remain blissfully ignorant to the finer details of regeneration since the process... Okay, so sanity was re-established at the end. No longer... since the process will no longer tie the Doctor to some unspecified alien species it supposedly came from, future Doctor Who can then continue exploiting the age-old gimmick and the way that it was devised in the concept of 1960. Could never have imagined. Yes, that is true. So is this article dumb, or is it just written from a stance of denial? Right? Just cannot cope with being... this is really my problem, right? The problem with the weird political landscape we live in and the social media landscape we live in today is that it makes people who are basically intelligent, informed, educated into utter morons, right? Utter morons. And I'm going to go far and say this Craig Levy, because he seems to turn it around at the end, may just be an utter moron because he believes in the mainstream narratives, which have all been disproved, right? They're all completely disproved. However, CBR, you're just a moron, mate. You're just a moron. So there we go. A battle royale of the two dumbest articles one could ever imagine coming out connected to Doctor Who. Who wins, CBR or Screenrant? Let me know in the comments, right? Let me know in the comments who is the dumbest of the dumb, battle Screenrant or CBR, and that way the algorithm will be very, very happy. Fine. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.